Hey there, you wonderful listeners. It's your friend Lo here. I'm so glad that you can join me for another episode of Lounging with Lo. If this is your first time tuning in, a big warm welcome to you. And to all my loyal listeners, it's great to have you back. I invite you to connect with me on my social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, where we can explore exciting content and engage with each other's thoughts and ideas. Your feedback is incredibly important to me, so please feel free to reach out to me via email. My email is on my social media platforms. I'd love to hear your thoughts about my work, any topics you'd like for me to discuss in future episodes, or even ideas that could help me improve my show. Today, we are going to be talking about the music in TV shows and movies. Imagine for me, if you will, just close your eyes for a second. Now, imagine your favorite movie, and once you have that favorite movie, I want you to find a specific scene that stands out to you in your mind. Do you have that particular scene in mind? Perfect. Now, let's visualize that moment as it unfolds with the original music swirling around it. Pretty intense, right? The scene that you were playing in your head? Okay, now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take that same scene, but I want you to remove the music from it. I want you to re-experience that same thing again. Did you notice a difference? Well, without the soundtrack, or even what we call a score, which is the music behind either the dialogue or the scene or anything like that, it feels flat, doesn't it? As though the emotions and the essence of the story were muted. Well, music acts as a powerful connection for our feelings. It shapes how we connect to the characters and the story while we're watching, our favorite film or our favorite TV show. I'm sure a lot of my listeners know the movie The Princess Bride.
Seem a decent fellow. I hate to kill you.
You seem a decent fellow. I hate to die.
Begin.
Okay, so as they are clashing swords, the music elevates the tension and the excitement. It punctuates the crucial moments with perfectly timed crescendos and pauses. But the rhythm of the music enhances the anticipation, which draws us to the action and making us root for Wesley, which is the hero, or whatever film or anything that pertains to that hero. Okay, now let's go into a different perspective. Let's talk about the heart-wrenching scene in the movie Top Gun.
Go! Go! Oh no! Oh! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh! Oh!
The haunting melodies shows his grief and the vulnerability from that grief, which brings a blanket of sorrow that reflects the weight of his emotions and the bond that he shared with his friend, which is Goose. The music deepens the empathy allowing us to feel the ache of loss and the struggle to cope with that loss. These allow the music to show the emotions. It enriches our viewing experience that pulls us into the heart of the story and allows us to share in the character's journey as they either navigate through love, loss, or even the triumph. So there have been numerous talented composers that have taken iconic songs that we knew as children and they breathe new life into them that help craft innovative interpretations that resonate with today's audience. What I mean by that is, in the simplest terms, they are taking the same songs that we knew as kids back in either like the 80s or 90s, and they're bringing it to the today's generation age if they were to remake the films. So like I said, the artistic approach is particularly bringing modern remakes of beloved movies, like the choreography of The West Side Story, the melodies from Beauty and the Beast, the remake of that, the magical tunes from Aladdin, the powerful anthems of the popular Wicked movie, and the whimsical charm of Wonka, among others, many, many others. But each of these films showcase how familiar tunes can be transformed, which invites both nostalgia and a fresh experience to viewers of all ages. So I'll kind of give you an example here. So, like I said, Aladdin, we all knew that from the 90s, especially with the late Robin Williams. What they have done is they've taken like Friend Like Me, A Whole New World, and brought those that we remember from the 90s growing up into the 2000s with Will Smith, and bringing that same nostalgia that we remembered as kids so we can enjoy it with our kids. And composers, what they do is they possess a remarkable talent for developing unique concepts or ideas that become both iconic and unforgettable. What they do is they engage deeply with storyboards, especially if it's either a animated film or even talking about the director for a live action movie. What they do is they analyze the story and consider how each storyboard frame contributes to the overall experience. So when they're working, like I said, when they're working with animated films, what they do is they listen closely to the animators, which they absorb all the description of the character or the scenes that can be brought to life. In live action projects, they collaborate with the writers, which they can understand the emotional and thematic layers from the script, which is amazing to me. I would love to just sit with one of them and just watch them bring, just from what they do with storyboards of what the story's going to be like, and figure out how they take what they've learned and bring it into life with music. Now, often they can spark inspiration from just one meeting, where ideas can just flow freely and the creativity just thrives within that. Now, however, the creative process can be unpredictable. There are moments where the music doesn't come immediately, which reminds us that even the most talented artists can navigate periods of uncertainty before finding the true voice. Let's take a different approach. Television. How does music inflict emotion from that? It's just a TV show. It's only 30 minutes long. Okay. Well, they still play a role in evoking emotions. The right score can deepen the audience's connection to the characters and in the narrative within the sitcoms or even a drama series. So let's take, for example, again, Castle. Throughout the show, suspenseful music is strategically used during pivotal moments, particularly when the characters work to piece together the very small, detailed timelines that relate to the murder investigation.
This part of the drug business was out here.
That explains the helicopter. He needed the helicopter to transfer the drugs out here.
And why he slept with Natalia and greased palms?
He needed an approval to get the helipad.
Yes, much less risky to move your product in a helicopter rather than boat or car. No cop is going to pull you over.
You know, Chief Brady said that the drug problem's doubled over the past 6 months.
Exactly. When Franklin started using his helicopter.
Oh, sorry, Castle, but I think you should probably...
Call right in, Esposito.
Yeah.
These musical cues heighten the tension and draw viewers to the unfolding mystery, while simultaneously the series incorporates softer, emotional melodies during tender scenes, such as, you know, the heartfelt interactions between Detective Kate Beckett and the author Richard Castle. We're going to talk about Castle later on in the season, so just be ready for that. With that said, you know, their evolving relationship is enriched by the background score, which is the music, which emphasizes their emotional depth. We also experience touching moments between Castle and his teenage daughter Alexis, as well as between Castle and Martha, which is his mother, which are further together with the music that create a well-rounded portrayal of family dynamics and personal connections. While there are many significant moments throughout the series, revealing more would risk spoiling surprises for new viewers. Here's another example of a TV show, Big Bang Theory, which is, again, the sitcom that masterfully balances humor with heartfelt moments. The show's comedic elements can thrive on the interaction among a quirky group of friends that showcase their nerdy antics and hilarious dialogue. However, it's the more intimate scenes between characters like Penny and Sheldon, or even Penny and Leonard, where the music can play a vital role. So you gotta watch those. The background score during these moments amplifies the emotional stakes. They highlight their relationships, growth, and complexity, which is basically how complex the relationship could be. The blend of humor and tenderness supported by the musical score not only entertains, but it also resonates with the audience on a deeper level, making the music or the episode a memorable viewing experience. So, as I conclude this podcast, I encourage my listeners to really immerse yourself in a deeper experience during the next viewing of your favorite movie or a TV show. I want you to pay very, very close attention to the soundtrack, the melodies, and the rhythm that shape the emotions and narrative. By truly listening to the music, you will uncover a fresh and enriching perspective that you may not have seen before or may have overlooked. Here's another personal experience of this. I actually did a project like this back in high school, and I actually showed the duel scene from The Princess Bride, and that is what really made my peers as well as my teacher understand how music really plays an impact on a particular scene. You know, that I thought that was really fun to share that with you guys. Next week, we are going to be talking about themes. So you don't want to miss out on that. Be ready to listen to the themes podcast on that. After the themes, we're going to start talking about movies, so we're going to get to that later on. I want to thank you guys for joining me, and I want you guys to have a good rest of your day. And as always, let's launch together. Bye, guys.